Want to give your content that extra bit of flavor? Then you should add some in-camera transitions, and here's how you can. Although most people think of post-production when you say transitions, you can actually create some incredibly good-looking ones right in camera with just a little bit of planning of your shots and then very little editing afterwards. This gives you a chance to get really creative and ensure you have some great-looking transitions to add to your story before you get into the editing room. First up, we have the same color or texture transition. Now this can be as simple as using your hand to cover the lens at the end of one clip and then starting the next clip with your hand over the lens and then taking it away, revealing that you're in a new location. This is great for content creators who want to add an extra level to their videos and doesn't require a great deal of work to go into it. When you are doing this though, make sure you have your exposure set to manual so your camera isn't overcompensating for light when your hand is covering the lens. To level this one up, you can also use different textures and colors to create a really seamless transition. Whether you use the grass or the sky, this makes two scenes blend easily, transporting your audiences quickly and grasping their attention right at the start of the next scene. A tip with this one would be to have the same motion between the clips also, so they flow into each other better. And that leads us seamlessly into the whip pan. This can be used to show someone quickly moving to and from different locations. This is done by moving your camera fast in one direction at the end of the first clip and then starting the next clip with the camera moving in the same direction and cutting in the middle of the two at the blurriest point. Once you've edited the two clips together, it looks like one seamless motion. These can be a great way to enhance the story you're trying to tell, like if you want to do a bounce whip pan to a cutaway scene. You can go in any direction you want with a whip pan, just make sure that the two clips you want to cut together are going in the same direction. Now we're starting to get a little more crazy with these transitions, as this one may take a bit of practice, and to really step it up, we'll even need some extra equipment like a gimbal. A simple spin transition would be starting your camera with your shot framed and then turning it at least 180 degrees, and then starting the next clip with your camera upside down and turning it until you have your next shot perfectly framed. This may take a few tries as you want to make sure you're landing the focus of your target on your second shot. And there you have a quick 360 spin transition you can create just using a handheld setup. But to really take this to the next level, you can add a gimbal into the mix and set it to the infinite loop mode, and then turn your camera fully a few times. You can then add an additional movement to your shot, like walking backwards, and then speed ramp it in post to get this amazing looking shot. Like with all in-camera transitions, this next one takes some careful planning. Panning behind an object works great on transporting your viewers seamlessly from one location to another. To do this, simply start your first clip and walk behind an object like a wall or a post, and make sure that at least one point your object is filling the whole frame. And for the second clip, start with your object fully in the frame and then move in the same direction as your first clip to reveal your second location. Having the same movement direction is crucial here for this to work, and it makes sure that your two objects also have similar looks to them to make sure that the cut is seamless during your edit. This one takes a little bit of work after the fact with masking, but looks great when it's done well. Have someone walk through the frame in your first clip and then film your second clip, making sure the movement in both of them are the same and going in the same direction if you have any at all. When you're in Premiere, lay the first clip in the V2 channel and find the first frame of when the person has walked past the side of the frame. What you're going to do now is create a mask on the first frame and draw around the negative space and click invert. Now you have a mask that has cut out the part of this frame. Go to the effects control and click the stopwatch on mask path to start a keyframe. And then you're going to adapt the mask frame by frame using the person as the edge of the mask until the whole frame is black. Once you've finished, go back to your first keyframe, move one frame back, and then take the mask and move it off the screen so the mask doesn't appear until it needs to. Drop the second clip on V1 on the start of the first keyframe, and there you go. A slick wipe transition, but giving that extra flair by using the footage that you got in camera. I hope this helps now that we've gone through a few different in-camera transitions for you all to have a go at next time you're out filming. Were there any that I missed that you could think of? And which one was your favourite? Let me know in the comments.